Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis is determined that dance bars will stay banned in his state regardless of the fact that the Supreme Court has ruled saying that no such ban should be allowed. In fact, licenses should be given and certain conditions should be in place for them to work. Devendra Fadnavis has said that a bill will be introduced in the budget session of the state legislature beginning tomorrow to stop them from reopening in spite of the Supreme Court's order from last week. Right. Well, joining us to talk about this, what it means, particularly for Mumbai, not just the rest of the state, China NC stayed on with us in this discussion. We're also being joined by Praveen Agarwal, who's the Secretary of the Mumbai Hotels Association, and we're hoping to be joined by Mr. Vinod Patil in just a couple of minutes, who's the President of the R.R. Patil Foundation and a social activist. Now, China NC, I want to ask you, the Supreme Court has said there is no need to ban these. There's a certain sort of list of conditions they need to comply with, licenses need to be issued, but they must be allowed to operate. Nonetheless, you have a state chief minister saying it doesn't matter what the Supreme Court says, he's going to go ahead and push for a bill in the next budget session. How does that work?
Well, Maya, you probably recall when the late R.R. Patil was alive and the Congress NCP had spoken about banning of dance bars. We were in the opposition then and we completely wholeheartedly supported them because we thought that it was in the interest of the state. There were areas of question, vulgarity being one, drug abuse, women being abused at these particular dance bars, etc. The government unanimously came up with this decision at that time. Having said that, our Chief Minister has highlighted yesterday itself that a bill will come up in this session, in the budget session. As we speak, the Assembly is on, and there will be a unanimous decision which is taken to ensure there is a strong bill, to ensure there is no vulgarity and there is no abuse that is prevalent at dance bars, etc. There are about 7 points which have been highlighted yesterday at the press conference, and that is the stand of the state government. Having said that, I think we also need to highlight what all governments have been working towards vis-a-vis rehabilitation of these dancers at the bars, skills that were provided, jobs that were given in terms of livelihood, and lots of positive social impact schemes which the government has taken on. I don't think this is an issue about ban or not ban. It's about the implications it has on the people. Lots of households which were completely devastated and destroyed due to this dance bar culture. And I think that as a state, there is a unanimous consensus amongst legislators who are voted to power, all of whom want to stand by this particular resolution which the Honorable Chief Minister is going to table in the House.
Right. Okay. Let me get Mr. Praveen Agarwal into this. Mr. Agarwal, you know, we've heard the defense that China NC has put up about Devendra Fadnavis' decision to push for a bill. The Supreme Court has said something. What is your view as the Secretary of the Mumbai Hotel Association about this ban? How is it going to affect business? Because in the past, I believe when this ban was enforced at some point in time, the Bombay High Court has also struck it down in the past. This is not the first time. But several millions of rupees were lost to the exchequer of the state as well as a result. So what's your take on this?
See, I'm basically concerned for these girls, the 75,000 girls who are employed in the dance bars. These girls, they lost their livelihood. The government, the then government, it was headed by Mr. R.R. Patil as a Home Minister. Late Mr. R.R. Patil, he had promised of rehabilitation of the girls. But 11 years have already passed, nothing has been done till now. And I doubt the government's intentions, whether they will still do anything for these girls. As far as the losses to the exchequer is concerned, yes, they are there. But I was just listening to a debate on Kingfisher Airlines, and one of our panelists, Mrs. Shaina, was there, and she was concerned about 1,600 employees of Kingfisher Airlines. But I really differ with her because, you know, 75,000 girls and 1,600, just because these girls, they do not belong to the elite and the educated class. They should be looked down upon. I totally disagree with her. As far as I would request her to check with her facts and figures, because she said that there are many families that were devastated. None of the contingents have stood in the Supreme Court or in the High Court either, and they have ruled in favor of the opening of the dance bars and allowing them to have dance performances. So I feel that somewhere or the other the government is wasting its entire machinery and time and the taxpayers' money in bringing this ban once again, and again we going back to the court, and we also wasting our time in going back to the courts.
Right, Mr. Patil, you know your views. You've been fighting against these dance bars' existence as well. This ban is something that, as China NC also pointed out, the Congress and the NCP government has brought in the past. What do you have to say about the Supreme Court's order? They're talking about certain conditions. They're saying that there can be CCTV cameras at the entrances, but they have said that these should be allowed to continue. They're saying dance is an art form.
First of all, I want to tell clearly that government of Maharashtra is doing drama, because the thing is that when there was ample of time in Supreme Court, they have not given a single affidavit. They have not given a single affidavit and not given the materials, proper materials on the Supreme Court floor. And one thing very responsibly, I want to say that government of Maharashtra has taken 30 lakhs rupees of check as a token amount from Dance Bar Association before 10 days. It shows that government of Maharashtra is himself is planning to start this dance bars. The thing is that today the battle is not over. The final hearing has to be gone in Supreme Court on 20th of March, and we have hopes that if government is seriously, he should represent seriously, and he should give the very important materials on the floor of the Supreme Court, and he should try to close the dance bars once again. He can try. Government, if government is serious, they can try. But the thing is that they has been managed to the Dance Bar Association.